Hey there, everybody. How's it going? It's a sports algorithm update. We're in Las Vegas. I wasn't planning on being in Las Vegas today. And then just somehow that ended up being where I ended up. I ended up with two flat tires, but there's nothing like I'm an optimist. And when I end up with two flat tires, but I notice that I have two flat tires in the parking lot of a place that is a tire repair shop, which is kind of what happened. I'm happy. I could have happened in the middle of the desert. I was driving through the desert for like 30 hours over the last couple of days. Instead, it happens right where I can get the tires replaced before closing time. So I'm ecstatic, even though it cost me a few $100. I'm still happy. You know what else cost me a few $100? Or not really a few hundred, but a little over 100. I got my ass kicked on my ticket today. And I want to talk about the games and how I laugh it off and how this is just part of how this works. And I laugh. I actually like losing all my picks sometimes just because it's funny. That's what happened today. It didn't happen yesterday. Yesterday I won 14-1 on my money, but today I lost it all. And so let's go through what happened today. So let's start with college basketball. I told everybody it was not a good day in the video today. I had one pick, and it was Northeastern all the way down here with a super low margin. I watched this game at the bar at the Red Rock Casino while having some free drinks with this bet that I made, and they were basically $112 beers because that's what happened. I lost almost all my games. Northeastern lost. They fought back to get close and tie this thing, or get it close to tie with like 3 or 4 minutes left, but then they blew it. So low margin. I mean, what are you gonna do? It was a terrible day. There really wasn't anything. It looks like we're 4-4, lots of 4 and 4s over here. Nothing good. Gonzaga covered the spread, and we didn't even think they would. It's just a miserable day. Just throw it away. That's what happens. So we won't worry about college basketball because it wasn't everything that I said to play. Just was terrible. So sometimes that happens. It's the way it is. Let's go to NHL. NHL, also miserable day. Unreal. Like, I played all the picks that I said I was going to play in the video today. So I took Vegas, I took St. Louis, and I took LA. Vegas and St. Louis have already lost. LA is losing 5-4 in the third period right now. We'll see how that works out. Now, there's some very interesting things, though, about this Vegas-Minnesota game. So because I am in Las Vegas, I know people here, and they're sports fans as well. Some of them are super big hockey fans, and they said, hey, Ken, is your algorithm, is it removing Mark Stone and Pietrangelo? Because they're injured or whatever? And I said, yeah, I got an injury report. It's taking care of it. It's not including them. Oh, crap. I looked at the injury report. You know what it's doing? Take a look at this. So the players that are not playing today, if they're listed as day-to-day, I said I'm including day-to-day people because day-to-day people sometimes play. So guess what I did? Is I included these two players, Mark Stone and Alex Pietrangelo. They didn't play today. Massively affected the game. Now, what would have happened if they weren't playing? Well, this would be 0. Oops. This would be, what am I, numlock? This would be 0, and this would be 0. How would that have affected the scores? Right before we did that, the score of the Vegas game was projected to be 3.6 to 1.4. Watch what happens when we refresh. Nothing. I guess it doesn't matter, or I guess I need to change the way I import it. I think it should affect it somewhat, so I think I need to re-import it. But the point is those are two big key players, and the injury report is not appropriately removing players that are not playing when they're listed as day-to-day. This is complicated stuff. This is the kind of stuff that you guys are paying me for. And when like, for example, for the next couple of weeks, I'm not betting. I'm going to be in California. I'm not betting at all. And so when it comes to doing extra work and stuff like this, I will do it if more people subscribe. But if we're gonna have just like a couple dozen subscribers and stuff like that, I'm not gonna put in this kind of effort because it's a lot of work to figure out whether or not these people are playing before the game. I had a question today. Somebody asked me if I was going to be doing baseball again this year, And I can do baseball again this year, but you know that updating lineups all day long is kind of like something I don't want to do with my life. So I'll consider paying someone else to do that for all of you that want to use the algorithm. But the algorithm needs to be updated, and it takes a lot of work. So I'm not going to commit to doing this kind of stuff because I have a whole bunch of other things that I'm working on. So the point is I noticed this, and unfortunately, in the video that I made today, I said take Vegas. Had I known that these two key players weren't playing, I would have said take the under. And the game ended up 2-0 because this is an under game without those guys playing. And so I'm driving. I'm doing other things. I'm not concentrating on betting. And I apologize to you guys for not doing due diligence. But, I mean, there's a million things going on. Like, I'm sorry. So that sucks because this game is not Vegas with those guys injured. I'll work to do more with the injury reports, but there's just a lot going on. And baseball is 10 times worse because the rosters change every freaking day. So anyway, Vegas loses because they don't have enough offense. But, of course, Fleury keeps this low. The under was always the play here. I'm ashamed for not letting everyone know that. Arizona and Colorado. If you look at this ticket that I have that has 5 people on it, 5 teams on it, and I lost 4 of them. The only one that I won was Arizona. Notice Arizona is not favored in almost in any way in the algorithm. So why on earth did I take Arizona? I took Arizona because of this. I took Arizona because the last 15 days, Arizona's been playing better, and Colorado has been playing like Colorado ass. They've been terrible. They're blowing games to like Anaheim. I mean, they didn't lose to Anaheim, but they got close to losing to Anaheim. They have been not the team of last year. I knew something was up. I saw this huge line, and I added them on. That's the only game I won on here. Everything else lost. Funny. Now, I laugh at this. It's $100. I laugh. I mean, wow, haha. Like, you can't be emotionally like every day's going to be different. So that was funny. Arizona wins this game because Colorado just for some reason can't play well. They win at 3-2. They hold Colorado scoring. Weird bounces go in. All right, that's hockey for you. Ottawa and Edmonton. This is pretty consistent with what the algorithm was doing. We had a few more goals for Edmonton. Of course, they don't cover if you took Edmonton covering. But what a terrible day for betting this was. St. Louis blows a 2-1 lead to lose to an awful San Jose team. How does that happen? Didn't see much of the game at the bar, but whatever. LA's losing right now. Don't count them out, though. It's still in the third period. As a matter of fact, I might even check that in the middle of the video. And then Montreal is clinging to a low-scoring lead against Vancouver right now. Yep, that is still where it's at right now. Fairly late in the third. So I just want to talk about injury reports, and when you subscribe to this, digging into the injuries. What I'd like to do, I mean, this is the problem. I could spend infinite amount of time making these things better. You guys are going to have to pay me to do this because I'm not going to be gambling myself. I have to stop my effort at a certain point because I have taxes. I have a whole tax series and payroll series that is coming out. Baseball season's coming up. March Madness is Sunday. That is an enormous thing for me. So I just can't put in the effort unless you guys really want me to, and that's going to be a financial. You got to let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to send this out and you can do what you want to with it, which is also fine. You feel free to dig through and learn yourself. Like, don't make me be the teacher all the time. Look at the injury report yourself. Look at what their C-score is, right? Mark Stone not playing, huge player. Like, these are things that other people in the know that I talked to today were aware of that I was not aware of in the algorithm. So these are things we just got to talk about. Other than that, pretty crappy day. They won't all be like that though. So 2 flat tires later and losing 4 out of 5 picks. I'm still in a happy mood because the weather's nice and feeling good. So I can't complain. So, all right, tomorrow I will make a video before I leave Las Vegas. My tires are already fixed. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant to do this at the beginning. Big O Tires, right in front of the Red Rock, or like a block away from the Red Rock Hotel and Casino in Summerlin, Nevada. Phil, you're the man. I told you I was going to say good things about you, and I am, because Phil found a second flat tire I had that I didn't even know about with nails and all kinds of stuff in it because I'm driving through construction all across New Mexico. And I mean, finding that stuff, taking care of it, reasonable price, doing it in a half an hour before you close because I have to turn around and go to the West Coast is awesome work. I want to thank Phil and Big O Tires. If you're ever at a casino losing money with my picks and you need to get tires, go to Big O because tell them Ken sent you. They're gonna be good to you and they're gonna do a good job. So that being said, good luck everybody. I will be putting out a video tomorrow morning. The picks will be better than today. I mean, how could they be worse? I mean, like everything lost today. So they'll probably be better tomorrow. All right, good luck.